Okay, let's talk about a feeling that so many dog owners know all too well. You've been looking forward to seeing your dog all day, right? You walk through that door and they act like you're a complete stranger. It's confusing, and if we're being honest, it's a little heartbreaking. So today we're gonna get into what's really going on. I mean, this is the moment, isn't it? You're all geared up for that happy, tail-wagging, joyful reunion, and instead, you get the cold shoulder. They might avoid eye contact, get really interested in sniffing the ground, or maybe they even just walk away. And it is so easy to immediately think, is my dog mad at me? But the answer is almost always a big no. There's actually something way more interesting happening inside their head. And this right here, this is the most important idea to get. What you're seeing isn't an emotional snub. It's not rejection. It's regulation. We're about to shift our whole perspective from a story about hurt feelings to one about pure biology. And trust me, once you see it this way, everything changes. So this is where we have to totally flip the script on our own thinking. We instinctively see this through human lens. We assume our dog is upset with us. But the reality, it's way less personal and much more scientific. When you get home, all that excitement of seeing you just gets piled on top of whatever state their nervous system was already in. That distant behavior, that's just your dog's brain trying desperately to find its balance again. So the key term to know here is self-regulation. Just think of it like a biological reset button. When a dog gets too stressed, or anxious, or even just way too excited, their nervous system kind of goes into overdrive. And all those weird behaviors like sniffing the ground or doing a big shake-off, or even creating distance from you, those are the tools they use to get back to a calm, stable baseline. They aren't ignoring you. They're trying to manage an internal storm. So, what's causing this overload in the first place? Well, it's usually a mix of things. If a dog is already a little anxious about being alone or maybe just incredibly bored, the stress levels are already simmering. Then bam, you come home, and that sudden burst of reunion energy can push them right over the edge into total overstimulation. And this brings us to a tough but really important truth. A lot of the time, we, the loving owners, are the ones making it worse, and we don't even realize it. Our intentions are perfect, right? We just want to show them how much we miss them. But our own excitement can backfire big time. Think about your own routine for a second. Do you bust through the door with the high-pitched, who's a good boy, and go straight in for hugs and pets? To your dog's overloaded brain, that explosion of energy is like pouring gasoline on a fire. For a dog that's trying to self-regulate, all that intensity doesn't soothe them. It just confirms that, yep, this moment is chaotic and stressful. Okay, but here's the fantastic news. This is one of the easiest behavior loops to fix. Seriously, it doesn't require complex training or anything like that. Just a simple shift in your routine. It's all about creating some predictability and just lowering the emotional temperature of you coming and going. So the new game plan is super simple, just 3 parts. First, make your goodbyes calm and predictable. No big dramatic event. Second, give your dog a little job to do while you're gone to keep their brain busy. And third, and this is the big one, when you come home, keep it low-key. Just for a minute, give them a moment to process that you're back before you engage. This quote, oh man, this really gets to the heart of the solution. So many behavior issues just stem from a brain that doesn't have a good outlet. So, by giving your dog a mental puzzle or a long-lasting chew, you're not just fighting boredom, you're giving them a purposeful task that helps keep their mind engaged and their nervous system regulated. It's a game changer. And the tools that make this happen are probably things you've seen before. Puzzle feeders, leak mats, safe, long-lasting chews. But the trick is to stop seeing them as just distractions and start seeing them as regulation tools. They become part of a predictable ritual that tells your dog, okay, my human is leaving, and now I get this calming, rewarding job to do. So what's the payoff? What happens when you actually put all this into practice? Well, the change can be truly transformative. And not just for your dog's behavior, but for your whole relationship. You're building this foundation of calm and trust that pays off every single day. Pretty soon, that awkward, distant behavior just gets replaced with a relaxed, happy greeting. You'll find that once they've had that moment to settle, the real connection happens faster and feels so much more authentic. What you get is a less anxious, happier dog, and you get to feel less confused and giddy. It is a true win-win that actually solves the real problem. So here's the big takeaway. Your dog's distant greeting isn't a sign that your bond is broken or that you're a bad owner. Not at all. It's just a signal that they need a different kind of support from you. It's not about never leaving them, it's about setting them up for success when you do. So the only question left is, are you ready to try a new routine for a calmer, happier reunion?